I'm just wrapping up the IROC OBS pickup, and it's been a long time coming, but it's just been so much work to add all these IROC details to it. And so I'm building the dash right now. So it's basically half IROC, half OBS. So all the OBS mounting points and gauge location and stuff like that, everything else IROC. And so driving the third gen was kind of on purpose so that I could, see how that was for ergonomics and stuff like that, and change a few things around, make it a little more user friendly. So it's actually been a little bit of a project at the same time as and just my obsession with driving old junk, basically. So
I think that's everybody. I mean, it's funny how you get those creature comforts of a new 2019 or 2023, and it is nice, but something about just driving around old junk that just kind of takes you back.
yeah, I think too, the part of the fun is still looking for stuff. Like I look every morning. I have a couple of sites I look at and just check around to see what's out there. And sometimes you can still steal a deal. Like they're still out there if you're looking. And we bought a red Crew OBS original paint, one owner truck 2 weeks ago, and I don't know why it was on Facebook Marketplace. I don't know why nobody bought it. Like, I don't know if they couldn't find it or the guy wouldn't answer or whatever, but like it was a smoking deal. Like it was prices from 6 years ago, and red original paint, beautiful. Has these big goofy chrome running boards on it. So the sides of the truck are flawless. No stone chips, no dents, nothing. Perfect interior. And so they're still out there. You just got to keep looking. And usually by the time they hit the internet, they're not really that good a deal anymore. But we found quite a few just in the last 6 months. So we're stacked up.
Yeah, too. It's like, babe, I'm losing money by not buying this. It's like I gotta buy this. I have to, and that I know they still exist. One thing that I would wonder, because I love third gen Camaros. My brother had an '88 RS T-top. I would love a third gen T-top car. Probably will never really get one because I'm too just balls deep in trucks and everything else. But when you think about an old I don't know, maybe just an old Chevelle Nova, a little bit of Camaro. Chev GM had same door handles, same AC controls, same, so, the stuff was funny when you look at an old car, you're like, well, that's the same as a truck. And you're like, well, no, that's the same as the car. And they use the car parts for the truck parts. When you think about a third gen Camaro, the first thing I think about is sitting in my brother's, and then the little Torx screws on the dash, and the dash are kind of the same as like an 88 to 94. Is there a lot when you break into a third gen Camaro? Is there other things that you find that are similar to a CK OBS truck?
Not a whole lot. Like the door handles and that are like some of the stuff's the same, but it is, you're right, that interior deal with the Torex screws and everything's weird because some of them are fake and some of them are real. And so you can tell if somebody worked on it because they tried to put a screwdriver onto the fake ones, and they're plastic. It's what I find mystifying about a third gen is the assembly procedure that General Motors used. And like, for example, if you want to take the mirror off, you have to take the door panel off. Well, the wiring goes all the way down into the dash into the behind the kick panel. And so you got to pull the sill plate and pull the carpet up, pull all that out, disconnect that. It's like, really, you couldn't move that plug like 2 feet the other way.
Yeah.
And like the window regulators are like an OBS, the window regulators are riveted in, which I hate because if you got power windows and you're going to rebuild all that stuff and make it nice, you got to unrivet them and rivet them back in. It's not complicated, but it's a pain in the ass. And that, and you can't get the door handles off with the windows up, and you can't get the door handle off with the window down. So so the window has to come out. So guess what? You're drilling out rivets. But so there's things like that. I think the OBS is actually a little easier to work on. And I don't know, it's just got more familiar with them, but it's everything in those third gens pretty packed in there.